I have been friends with Nick DiGiovanni since the beginning. I was actually one of the very first YouTubers that he ever collaborated with. Ever since then, we have done countless of videos together, and it is always a lot of fun to make videos with Nick. On our last collaboration though, he made a video called He Ate the World's Best Steak. Me and Max actually opened a steakhouse for him for an entire day, and now I'll be reacting to that video. Hopefully, Nick is gonna make us look real good. I haven't watched the video yet, so we're gonna watch it together.
This is the #1 rated steak in the entire world, and we're gonna compare it to this ultra rare Wagyu that costs $100 per bite, this futuristic steakhouse that turns meat into cotton candy and everything in between. And we're starting here in Turkey at Salt Bae's restaurant, Nusret Steakhouse. You ready? Always.
What? Salt Bae and me in the same video? Why? Nick, I thought we were friends.
Tell me about the grill.
This is iron. We use only charcoal.
This is iron. It's on charcoal. Duh. We can see that.
This is the giant tomahawk, Turkish Wagyu. 4 weeks, dry age.
Look at the incredible red, vibrant color of this beef and the streaks of fat in there, that beautiful marbling.
Most important, you must hear this voice.
I much rather not sizzle at all because I would love to get a golden brown crust versus grill marks, which to me is just burn marks. This is a sign by the end, those grill marks will actually be charred up way too much. The best way to do it is to start with a cold grate. That way you are able to control that golden brown crust throughout the whole entire steak. No grill mark burns like that. Who likes burned pieces of meat like that? I don't like it.
In addition to the tomahawk, he's also got a beautiful Chateaubriand. This is a tenderloin, but it's the best part of the tenderloin.
You know what it's funny to me is that Nick had beef with Salt Bae a while back, and I don't know, I'm like speechless. I'm like, wow, now I understand why my crew wanted me to react to the video.
That's a good sound. Looking good, Salt Bae.
When you cook, must be more gentle.
When you cook, you must be more gentle. What?
Look at the contrast between the golden brown crust on the edge there and that beautiful red on the inside. Now he's laying it on its side to render some of the fat on the edges off. He's letting me go for a try here. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Push it down a little bit, quickly get that very, very top part. Isn't this crazy? Me and Salt Bae used to have beef. Now we're cooking beef together.
Exactly, you used to have beef. What happened, Nick? Something definitely happened. Put in the comments down below what you think actually happened with Salt Bae and Nick, because I'm surprised. As me and him, we roasted Salt Bae several times.
Look at the perfect pattern that he got on the tenderloin.
This is the art.
He's right.
This is art. Well.
Cooking is a patient process sometimes. We've been standing here for maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Every minute is important.
Every few seconds, he spins the steak just a little bit. And what that's doing is making sure that the whole steak gets even contact across the grill at all times. He's moved it around so much.
You can clearly see, if you take a closer look at this steak, that some of the golden brown crust that Nick is calling is actually extremely brown and burned. Some people might actually desire this if you never had the experience of a total golden brown crust, which is better in my opinion.
Looks like it's done. It's time for the presentation of the steak, the moment you've all been waiting for. Look at that. Cooked to perfection. The biggest bite of meat I've ever had.
The big Nick is funny. I will say this. I give credit when credit is due. Salt Bae can cut a piece of meat. He has done it several different ways, and that's an art. But the way that he was cooking the steak, it's not my preferred way. It is medium rare though.
To see how much care he puts into cooking it, and then to actually taste it right away after that. It's juicy. Look at that drip. It's flavorful, perfectly salted, unbelievable. I've always wanted to see him do this. This is so satisfying. Oh. Listen to those crispy chicharrones in there. It's one of the best sounds I think I've heard from food. And if you think this looks good, just wait until you see some of the steakhouses coming later in this video. Listen. 3, 2, 1. Salt Bae! Oh my God, with the chicharron in there?
Salt Bae.
One of the best bites of steak I've ever had.
One of the best bites of steak he ever had.
Wow. Our next stop is a Michelin-starred steakhouse called Cut, and here we're gonna try the rarest steak in the entire world, Japanese Kobe beef.
It used to be the world's most rare steak, Japanese Kobe beef, but now there are other different types of beef in Japan that it's even more rare. One of them is called snowy beef, and you just wait because I'll be making a video on it real soon. But Kobe used to be the king.
Oh, and this is my friend Eric. He's gonna be eating with me.
How's it going, guys?
I feel like I'll regret introducing you to the head chef, but I'm gonna do it anyways.
Nick, nice to see you.
How's it going?
How are you?
I am looking for the dollar menu.
You see that right there? You saw it on the table? That trophy is a sign that this place is legit. Whenever you see that, you know that they're selling real Japanese beef and not the fake stuff.
This is what we're gonna be enjoying today. This is the real deal Kobe beef. All Kobe beef is Wagyu, but not all Wagyu is Kobe beef. So it has to meet a certain criteria to be eligible to sell it. You have to have this certification. It's about $100 an ounce. I've had people cry after they've taken a bite of this.
What are we about to experience?
You know a regular steak, right, Eric?
Yeah.
Well, if you jump a few levels above that, you get Wagyu. Very fancy Japanese beef. But then above that, there's this very small amount of absolutely perfect Wagyu that qualifies as Kobe beef. And this is considered the best steak on the planet.
A lot of people like to call this fat with a little bit of meat, and that's a pretty accurate statement. But when you're taking bites, it just tastes extremely rich, delicious, and it's something you should experience at least once in your life.
One of the other things that makes it so expensive is you're trimming off so much of these different parts to get to the core of the Wagyu. This one little piece right here is about $25 worth of Kobe. Look at it compared to my head.
What are you gonna do with this?
The cool thing about Kobe beef, you can do whatever you want to it, and it's not gonna suck.
That is true. You can even put it inside of a microwave and it's still going to come out delicious, everybody. It's one of those pieces of meat that it's so good that you can do anything with it. But don't put it in a microwave. That's a bad idea.
All right, let's cook. Where do we start?
This is a little bit of rendered Wagyu fat.
Wow.
So not to change the flavor of the beef at all.
See how he's seasoning from high up, guys? This is how you're supposed to season.
A little bit of Wagyu fat will help it get a nice, beautiful sear, which is something that I actually recommend. I love doing that, and I do it all the time as well. You can use it throughout the cook and before.
Kobe goes on. The smell is insane.
Do you feel like a high level?
Again, with the grill mark as well. That is only done here in the United States. In Japan, they do not cook it this way. They always use a griddle because you don't want it to be charred up. You want a nice golden brown crust.
What's so cool about how they cook this Kobe here at this restaurant is that they're getting the flavor and the grill marks from the charcoal and the wood over here, and then they're moving it over to a plancha to cook it the rest of the way through in a different way.
Very interesting. I've never seen that technique.
I like it a little past medium rare.
It looks so good.
I agree with the chef's statement. This is a very fatty piece of meat, and if you just cook it to medium rare or even rare, it's extremely chewy and not as desirable. You want to pass a little bit medium rare to medium.
This is gonna be the best steak you've ever had in your life. You guys are in for a treat. We're just gonna serve it simply with a little bit of salt.
Wow, look at that. Perfectly cooked. Good job, chef.
I actually can't believe that. That's insane, dude.
And these boys are in for a treat.
The only thing I feel like could make it better is some ketchup.
Ketchup? Are you serious? That had to be a joke.
Our next restaurant is a Brazilian steakhouse called Max and Guga's Meadery.
There you go. Me and Max, baby.
I asked them to open a one-day restaurant just for this video. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Heard so much about you.
So as soon as Nick walked in, Nick was like, guys, you guys need to dress up like a traditional gaúcho churrascaria. And he had all of this costume for us ready to go, which was extremely fun, but tough to put it on.
This is quite possibly the most exclusive steakhouse in the world.
It is as exclusive as it gets. Max, fix it, please. Yeah, just slap it. What you were saying, sir? What were you saying?
Before we eat, could you take me around the kitchen?
Absolutely. So here we have a few skewers ready to go for you, sir. Picanha, skirt steak,
Pineapple, some beautiful Brazilian sausages. What is this?
filet mignon and bacon.
We have the filet mignon and bacon, and of course, we have the Wagyu.
But not any Wagyu. These are the most exquisite Wagyus in the world because each single one of them is an experiment. So I'll be completely honest with you guys. Nick reached out to me one day before this video was made, but I didn't have any fresh Wagyu, so I used some of the experiments I had left. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be good or bad. And only for you. The sign is terrible. Max, you begin with this one, please. So a generous amount of salt in all of our skewers. Do you know what this cut is?
Picanha.
That is correct. Brazilians' #1 steak. Picanha, we only use salt and nothing else, but the other two, we're actually gonna use a little bit of black pepper, which is totally fine.
I'm still a chef in training at this Brazilian steakhouse, but somehow today you've left me with the best of the best, the Wagyu.
That is correct. Don't mess it up, Max. How do you like your steaks?
I actually prefer medium.
What? I still can't believe he says that, and he was being real. Let's put them in.
Why don't we start with the picanha? It's the biggest.
Yes, and the best. Picanha is in, followed by...
Beautiful flank steak.
That's correct.
Outside skirt steak.
That is correct, sir.
We have our bacon-wrapped filet mignon.
And the end?
Sausages.
Yes. Voila! Now close this up, because we're not done yet.
It is time for our beautiful pineapple dessert.
So you gotta give a full experience. Whenever you go to a Brazilian steakhouse, it's not just one piece of meat. You have several. And for your digestion, you always have some pineapple for dessert. It has a specific enzyme that helps you with digestion. It's called bromelain. It is the only fruit that eats you back. Don't burn it, Max.
My bad.
Now that we got a little bit of char, we'll sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon and sugar. And now we'll let it cook for a little bit longer, caramelizing everything. And it's gonna be amazing. No, what are you doing? We gotta caramelize it nice and slow. Good things comes with patience, Nick.
Oh, Guga!
Let's check in on our meat. Oh, okay, we're getting there.
Color is looking great on that skirt steak. All those juices just basting itself.
That man is in for a treat.
He is.
Let's cook you some Wagyu, sir. Straight from Japan, several different gradings. I just want to ask one more time, how do you like your steaks?
Medium.
Nah. Come on, Nick, you know better than that. And the key is to get a nice, beautiful golden brown crust. That type of caramelization is the one I like. You go sit down, sir. You go enjoy.
We're ready?
Yes.
We're ready.
Now we serve. Here we got some picanha, sir.
We have some beautiful flank steak.
Nice and medium, just the way you like it, sir.
Wow, that looks cooked really well. Oh my gosh.
Sorry about that.
You're gonna poke me in the eye.
I apologize.
That was serious and not planned at all. I thought Max was going to stab him in the face, everybody. That's crazy.
The picanha is really good.
Max. Lower it here to his table.
So unprofessional.
There you go, and then put it out. Yeah.
Yes, chef.
You just upgraded, good job.
It's cooked plenty?
I'll double check for you. You got a quality tested, what can I say?
Very good. I quite literally believe that Guga and Max could make the best Brazilian steakhouse on the planet for one day. Probably not every day, but definitely for one day.
What do you mean, not every day? Yes, we can. Come on, Nick, where's the belief? You gotta believe.
Sir, we got some slices of, apologize.
Wow, the nice thin slice right there.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
I think you could use one more slice.
You almost just poked my eye.
Don't.
Let's put it
Insane.
down.
This is actually so dangerous.
I apologize.
The marinade on this is fantastic.
Very good, huh?
This is the biggest plate of meat I've ever had at a Brazilian steakhouse. They actually did an incredible job.
All right, I need you to try this one. It's a picanha, Wagyu A5, some of the greatest picanha this side of the Mississippi.
Wow, that's incredible.
Thank you.
Good job, chef. That was one of the experiments. That was delicious. But then something else happened, and here we go. And here we have the specialty, sir. Just a few pieces of Wagyu for you.
Something is off. That's disgusting.
We dry aged it in durian. We like to experiment here, sir. That was probably one of the worst experiments I've ever done. Everybody always asks me, what's the worst of the worst? It's that one.
It's like petrol. It's horrible.
And of course, we have dessert, sir. This is caramelized pineapple. Dig in.
That is exceptionally good. Max and Guga's meadery. You wish you could eat here, but you can't because you guys are permanently closed right now.
At least we made it one day, Max. Overall, I think we did a much better job than Salt Bae.
Our next restaurant is Peter Luger Steakhouse, the #1 rated steakhouse in New York City that's world famous for its dry-aged beef that's served on a hot, sizzling plate of butter.
So I've been to Peter Luger. I actually made an entire video and I had a lot to say during that video. If there's one thing that they do there is that they cook the steak still the exact same way they started. No changes, nothing else. They're stuck in time. They're not upgrading their techniques, which some people might enjoy that and others don't. But let's see what Nick thinks about it.
I've also brought along my friend Matt Stoney to help me eat.
Oh, my brother Matt! Matt has a stomach bigger than a whale.
First, we're gonna check out their dry-age vault. This room we're entering right now is filled with over $1 million worth of dry-aged beef. And to remind anybody who doesn't understand, the entire point of dry-aging like this is to develop lots and lots of flavor in beef. It smells like a weird cheese.
It smells phenomenal. If you've never walked inside of a dry-age room, at least for me as a beef lover, it is incredible, everybody.
Ooh, look at these guys. That one is huge. Matt, I think I found our meat. Frank is a master butcher. He's gonna help us break this thing down. And he's gonna start by trimming off that outer outer bark since we can't eat that part. And then that right there is the first full steak being cut.
Everyone always asks me, Guga, why can you not eat the bark? Why you gotta always remove it out? Believe it or not, everybody, it doesn't taste very good. It's also extremely dry, funky, and if I'm being completely honest, disgusting. It doesn't taste good.
Matt, be honest, in one sitting, how many of these do you think you could realistically eat?
That stack looks doable right there.
What?
I think you can eat more than that.
So they have these crazy ovens here. It's basically like a giant broiler. These are 1,000 degrees Celsius.
1,000?
And as you can see, they put a lot of very fine salt on the top of the steaks. The reason there's so much salt is it's only going on that top side. And then later, when they add the butter, it's gonna melt down with all that salt and create almost a sauce.
So that's okay, and they've been doing this for a very long time. But because of that salt crust on top of the steak, it avoids you from getting a perfect sear. And one of the things that this steakhouse does that I believe is outdated is that they only put a crust in one side. On the other one, it just stays gray. I don't like that. I want a crust overall because one of the best things about a steak is the crust.
Oh, it's on fire. It's like making a s'more. Looks like it's time for a flip.
Oh, nice. Oh, baby, there we go.
Look at those bubbles on there.
They do flip it to cook it, but if you ever eat there, you'll notice that one side has a beautiful crust and the other doesn't.
But the very final step is to cook it a second time in some butter to give it some extra last-second flavor, and that way they can send the finished plate out to the dining room when it's still hot and sizzling. Matt, you want to share or you want your own?
Is that a question?
Dude, the butter's
That
insane.
butter really good.
I can taste the dry aged flavor.
And the crust is crazy. I don't think I've ever had a steak like this before. Usually there's some sort of a flavor. This is like the most pure salt, butter.
Well, that's the thing. The coolest part about the steakhouse to me is that the flavoring is all done in that dry age room downstairs. They don't need seasoning.
You can feel the dry aginess of Peter Luger tremendously. And if you are that type of person that don't like funk on your steak, Peter Luger is also not for you.
We're moving on to Born and Bred, the 15th best steakhouse in the world known for its Hanu beef.
Now, I've also been to this place. I had a good experience, but overall, they do things completely different there. One of them being the way that they aged steak. Instead of dry aging, they use a method called water aging, which is quite unique.
Korea's ultra-rare version of Wagyu that never leaves the country, which means I had to fly all the way here just to try it.
It's called Hanwoo beef, and I flew all the way from Miami to Korea just to experience that.
And I've also brought along my friend Doobie to eat with me.
안녕.
Oh, that's awesome. She's a great YouTuber, also an incredible Korean chef.
They're letting us first take a quick peek in their butchery where they prepare all the beef for this experience.
What differentiates Hanu versus other types of butchery is that the cuts are much more specified to really make sure you get that really nice texture and flavor all in one.
What they're doing here with this beef is mostly letting the lines of fat guide where they cut so that they are not cutting through the actual meat.
No, that's not the only thing that they're doing. They're also completely removing every single silver skin there is on that piece of meat so that you can have an incredible experience and none of your bites will be tough or chewy. They're going beyond the job in order to do it right. That I can respect.
But what's really crazy to me about all this is that I'd never heard of Hanu before we started working on this video. It's such a well-kept secret in Korea, and that must be for good reason. This is amazing.
Wow, so fancy.
No, I didn't know it would be this fancy. The first dish we'll get to try is this steak tartare made from Hanu top round.
Now, Nick is having an extremely VIP experience. If you go to this steakhouse, it will not happen this way. I went there undercover to find out if the beef was actually good, and I had the real experience. Not like that.
What a bite.
Wow.
I'm really excited for this second one. It uses the Hanu beef rump, and they're combining it
You can clearly see that this one was aged.
like this before. There's also some honey-infused vanilla oil going on top, as well as a little mint leaf there. Oh my gosh, it tastes like a dessert.
Wow.
First thing that came to my mind before I tasted the beef was strawberry shortcake.
You're onto something.
Wow, I've never had that ever in my life.
Next, we get to try this Hanu tenderloin topped with a bit of truffle. I really love the simplicity of this dish.
Meat and truffle, how could it go wrong? That's a juicy fella.
It tastes so pure, but the flavor is not very overpowering.
This is a complete different experience, and I didn't even see this in the menu when I was there, everybody, at all. That's crazy.
This next course is really creative. It's a Hanu top blade that's cooked using both charcoal and snow. Why are you resting the meat on the snow?
This is what our ancestors used to do. Put on the charcoal and cool the meat down. Put on the charcoal, do this job.
This is some Michelin star stuff. I've never seen that before. Ice and fire at the same time. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to test this Michelin star method and see if it's actually worth it.
Back and forth?
Yes.
That's so cool.
So it's like rapid resting. I'm curious to see if this worked.
It It's one of the best bites I've ever gotten.
Wow, she's a chef. Wow.
I'm not totally sure what this next course is, but it's being very carefully grilled in some traditional Korean paper. And they're also constantly spraying it with water to keep it moist. He's untying.
Korean paper? What?
Whoa, is it a perfect mix of beef and fish? I think it is.
What's being smeared on top is a doenjang sauce. Doenjang is a Korean traditional bean paste that's been fermented for longer.
And now he's using a torch to caramelize the sugars to really boost that flavor. It tastes like a hamburger patty with miso black cod.
Nobu meets McDonald's.
Ooh, I don't know if that's a good combination. That sounded weird. I've never experienced this when I was over there. Is this a custom menu only for Nick? This is insane. I've never seen this before in my life, and I was there.
Getting close to the end of the meal now, we've got some hot pot using Hanu top sirloin. I love how they're using every cut of beef in a completely different way. It tastes like a fresh garden.
For me, it's the textural component of the vegetables. It's almost like noodles.
The fresh wasabi and the fat together are really good. The final dish is a Hanu bulgogi, the national...
Oh, bulgogi, one of my favorite things to eat. Unbelievable. When you go there, you gotta cook the beef for yourself, everybody. Just like a traditional Korean style barbecue restaurant. This is an omakase specialty for Nick, seriously. And if you ever been there and you ate those dish, let me know in the comments down below, or if Nick is just getting a special treatment. That's insane. Unbelievable.
The marinated raw crab, a little bit of rice. You wrap it up.
Boom, here we go. There's so many flavors here, but what's so much fun is that you can build each little wrap each time however you want.
This feels like a friend who, after summer break, just got a total transformation. It's like, girl, who is she?
I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about.
Made no sense at all. And there you have it. Nick tried the world's best steak. I think out of all of his experience, the one that he had the most fun was with me and Max. Because I tell you what, we cooked it like it is. Everything that we did on our steakhouse, you can do it at home. Let me know which one was your favorite. I'd love to hear it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.